Hey guys, it's Peggy here with Citrus Templates, and today I'm going to be talking about how to plan out your next year's business with a real estate business plan. So, why is it important to have a business plan? Well, one, you're more likely to reach your goals. Two, you're going to focus on the most important aspects of your business and reduce that shiny object syndrome. I had a lot of shiny object syndrome when I was in real estate, and you're chasing all these things that don't actually move the ball forward for your business. Stuff like branding and rebranding and branding again and changing your colors, all of that kind of stuff. That doesn't really help your business. What really is going to help your business is understanding how your real estate business makes money and what you need to measure in order to know how to improve your business. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And then finally, understanding what it takes to reach your goals and committing to them and being realistic about what you can actually do in a year. So, how does a real estate business work? So in general, this is how almost all real estate businesses work. You get leads to come in. From those leads, some of them you'll be able to set appointments. From those appointments, you meet with the people that you set the appointment with. And then some of those will become signed clients, right? Buyers and sellers. And then those signed clients then turn into closings, right? You sell their house or you help them buy a house. And then those customers then either become repeat customers or they give you referrals, which gets you new leads. So that is essentially how every single real estate business works. Now, what's important to measure, though, is your conversion rates. Like, how well are you able to get your lead all the way down to a repeat customer? Because the reality is that not every lead is going to become a repeat customer with referrals. That's obviously the ideal setting, that every client we meet becomes an instant client and will refer us business, but not all businesses work that way. So by understanding where your lead generation funnel kind of falls off, this is where you can figure out what you need to work on for the next year. So let's say your leads to setting appointments, your conversion rate is only 50%. That means that you may be getting a lot of leads, but you really need to be working on setting that appointment. And if you're good with the rest of the steps, then once you're in person, you're fine. People will hire you, but you can't get to setting the appointment. That's going to be a problem. So we need to work on that. Now, what if you look at your rates and you're saying, oh, well, my rate from meeting appointments to signing clients is really low? That's a different problem, right? That's a different problem than the other one. In this case, you're great at getting people to meet you in person, but you're not great at convincing them to hire you once you are in person with them. So that's an issue of working on your listing presentation or working on, converting buyers to signed clients. In another example, let's say you're having issues going from signed clients to closed transactions. That either means that you are not selling the listings that you're getting, maybe they're overpriced, or that you have some marketing issues, or you have buyers that aren't motivated enough to buy. They're signing up saying, hey, we want to buy, but they're not actually pulling the trigger on buying. So you have to kind of look at that and see why your signed clients are not actually getting to the closing table, which is the only time you get paid. And then finally, what is happening once you've sold them a house or you've helped them sell a house? Are they coming back to you, or are they referring clients to you? If they're not referring clients to you or coming back to you, then this is an indication that maybe you need to work on your customer service or your client to close, or what you promised them when they signed that agreement is not what you delivered on. So they may not come back. So these are different ways why it's so important to understand how you get clients, how you get them to closing, which is how you make money, and where you can improve your business. But you can only do this by tracking your numbers. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today in terms of your business plan, like setting up that first set of numbers that you're going to be working towards. So what you want to do is you want to set your annual, real estate goal. Then you use these conversion rates to work backwards to figure out your various annual targets. And then once you have your annual targets, you want to break that down into monthly and weekly goals. So how would this work? So let's say you have an annual goal of you want to make $200,000 a year for next year. If you get $10,000 per closing, that means you've got to do at least 20 closings for the next year. Now, if your conversion rate is 80%, then that means you have to sign at least 25 clients, because out of those 25, only 20 are going to be closing. Right? So then you're kind of working backwards. So now I have 25 signed clients. How many clients do I need to meet in order to get those 25 clients? So you got to, if you have an 80% conversion here, then you have to meet with at least 31, 32 clients to get those 25 to sign with you. As we work down into this funnel, then how many of those set appointments do you need? You need at least 39 set appointments with an 80% conversion rate to get to that 31, 32 met clients. And then finally, for your leads, if you only have a 50% conversion rate on your leads, then you need to have at least 78 leads coming in if you're only going to set appointments with half of them. So it's really important to figure out, what is your conversion rate, and then what are your goals. And I really like to break this down into either monthly or weekly goals, because as you're going through real estate, as you're going through your day, this annual goal doesn't really mean that much. But if you see it on a monthly basis or even a weekly basis, you can tell yourself, okay, at this month, I need to get at least six to seven leads. This month, I need to get at least 1 to 2 closings. So it makes it much more realistic for your goals if you are looking at it on a monthly or weekly basis. And so here's some other tips on how to set up this real estate business plan. If you don't know your conversion rate, you can estimate it for now. Then start tracking, then revisit it after you're tracking your conversion for at least 3 months. Now, I will just tell you, most agents overestimate their conversion rates, especially if you are a newer agent, maybe not as experienced with lead conversion, then you're probably overestimating your conversion rates. So just keep that in mind. You do want to track it. Start out with something, because something's better than nothing, and then update it as you're getting your actual conversion rate numbers. Now, if all of this seems like super overwhelming to you, you don't have to track everything at once. So start small and grow from there. Maybe right now you're just tracking how many leads are coming in and how many closings you're getting, right? So you can just track those two things and figure out a conversion rate there. Or you can just track one specific area. Let's say you just want to track how many leads are coming in and how many appointments you're setting from those leads. So don't make it too overwhelming. You don't have to do it all at once. Just start that habit of tracking stuff and then build on it as you get better at tracking. And then finally, the last tip is make sure you commit to your goals. Write them down where you can see them every day. What I see is a lot of agents say, oh, I want to make $1 million, next year. But if you look at your conversion rates and the leads, that means you've got to be talking to hundreds of leads every month. Are you able to and willing to commit to that goal? If you are, great, go for it. If you're not, then just know what is realistic for yourself and adjust your goals to make it realistic. So if you guys need some more help with this real estate business plan, at Citrus Templates, we do have a real estate business plan template that you can use. If you don't want to calculate all this stuff by yourself, all you really have to do is, set up your goals. You can just type in your, annual goals, and then and your ideal conversion rates, and then it'll calculate everything for you. So you can find more of those templates in our shop, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.